Josephine Mercado, broker associate, HomeSmart Premier Living Realty. How are you? So today I am going to give you this video of the 11 steps to home ownership. And I think you're going to learn a lot if you're even thinking a little bit about buying a home. This is going to be an informative little video for you. Okay, so here we go. I just put this little quote in here from JFK. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. And that's the truth with anything, and including, buying a house. You have to make up your mind that you're going to try. Okay, so here we go. Number one, start saving and make a budget. And write it down. By making a budget, you're training yourself on not overspending, and thinking about what your expenses are going to be in the future when you do buy a house. So build up your savings. You're going to need money in your savings for a down payment, and for closing costs and what have you. So this is the first thing to start with. Save your money. Don't go crazy. I know if you're making a good paycheck, you want to buy nice things, and I get it. But if you really want to have a house, this is a part of it. Run your credit report. Check your credit. Make sure you have good credit. You should have a FICO score of 700 or better if you want to get a good rate on your mortgage. Okay, run your free annual credit report with your credit scores. See what's there. There might be bogus stuff. Some people don't even look at their credit report and they don't know what's on it. So run your credit report, review it, see if there's stuff on there that shouldn't be, and dispute it. If there's stuff on there that's real, then you'll have to do some credit repair to build up your credit score. Usually credit repair can take months. You can hire a company. There are companies out there that do that for you for a fee. So if that's something that you need to do, look into that. All right. Here's another little quote. You can do it. Do a little more each day than you think you can. Okay, you can do it. And again, that goes for anything. Next step is, these are not in particular order, okay? Find a lender, someone who gives mortgages, a bank. You can use your bank, or you can get a recommendation from someone you know, or if you already know a realtor, they can give you a recommendation, and speak to them and speak to the bank, find out who does the mortgages there, and speak to them. They're going to ask you for some information to run your credit when you're ready. Run your credit, and then they're going to ask you about your income. And they'll go over all of that and let you know how much you can afford on a purchase for a home. Next step is try and look for an attorney and hire an attorney. We're in New York. I'm in New York, so this is an attorney state. We do need attorneys to do our real estate transactions. So you can look for recommendations from friends, relatives. Again, if you know a realtor, ask them. The thing that I would highly suggest is hire an attorney that specializes in real estate transactions. Very important. Okay, you don't want to hire somebody who's an attorney and maybe an excellent attorney, but maybe they're a criminal attorney. Maybe they are a traffic court attorney. I don't know, but hire someone who specializes in real estate transactions, okay? Good advice. Okay, find a realtor. Woohoo! You can hire someone to work for you as a buyer's agent. Once you find someone that you feel comfortable with, okay? If you hire someone to work with you as a buyer's agent, they may ask you to sign an agreement that they are your agent. And they are going to work for you as the buyer on your behalf and try and get you the best deal possible on buying a home. All right, it's a good idea. You don't have to do that. It's up to you. You can just work with someone without signing an agreement, and they will though ask you here in New York State, they will ask you to sign a New York State agency disclosure document. There are some documents that us realtors in New York have to have buyers sign at the first substantive meeting, okay, which the agency disclosure is one of those things. Even if you go into an open house and the broker asks you to sign that, we are required by the law to ask for that signature and explain what agency means, which basically is saying, I'm working as a seller's agent, okay? If you go into an open house and the listing agent is there, they're going to say they're working as a seller's agent. They're working on behalf of their client, their seller, and they have to abide by those rules and work in the best interest of the person selling the house, okay? So you're either a buyer's agent, broker's agent, or a seller's agent. Broker's agent is, say, I find a house for you and I'm going to work underneath that broker's license, and my agency is towards the broker. But it's more common seller's agent or buyer's agent, okay? So it's something to think about. Okay, so you have your pre-approval, you have your attorney, you have your agent, and here's the fun part. Start your search for a home. Okay, so the internet is, the way to go. Most people are doing their search on the internet. Your agent will be also looking for homes for you because they'll know your criteria of what you're looking for and what you want. So he or she will be sending emails to you, or maybe sign you up on some kind of program that you can communicate through. There's a bunch of them that people use, and you can communicate through that as far as what houses you might want them to research and find out the availability. What I personally do with my buyers is I send them the emails, I look for homes for them, and I put in their criteria, and I put them on an automatic update. I get a copy of it every day, as well as the buyer, and I say, look at the emails that you're getting from me and let me know if there's something in there that's interesting to you that you would like me to research and find out availability and when we can go look at it if it is available. All right, so it's fun. And then you make the appointments. You say, oh, I'm available Saturday afternoon. Okay, I'll start making the appointments for this Saturday, and we'll meet and we'll go out and look at some houses, see if we find anything. All right, so that's where we are with that. Okay, so we went out Saturday. We saw a few houses. You saw one that you really love and you could see yourself in there. And it's time to make an offer. All right, you have to talk to your broker. Chances are you're working with a broker or an agent who is representing you as a buyer's agent. So they should be have no problem at all discussing with you how much you should make an offer for. If you're working with someone who's working as a listing agent, on behalf of the seller, then they will not advise you on what to offer. They'll just say, give your best offer. I cannot disclose anything. All right. So, I mean, in the market that we're in at the moment, I advise everyone just give your highest and best offer, because you're probably competing with other people. Lately, we've been standing on lines at open houses and what have you. It's been multiple offer situations on most houses that are, good ones. So make an offer. We'll put it in writing. What I do is we might write it up on the spot, or I will go back to my computer and write it up and email it to you, the buyer, and let you know, review it, and then you can e-sign it and send it back to me. All right. And then I'll forward that over to the listing broker, where they can review it with their seller client. So that's how that works. The process is easy. It might seem complicated, but it's not bad. As long as you have a broker, an agent who works for you on your behalf and guides you, and they know what they're doing and what they're talking about, it's an easy process. So, wow, you got an accepted offer on the house you love. It's exciting. All right. First thing you should do once you have an accepted offer on a property is schedule a home inspection with a licensed home inspector. Now, you can get recommendations on that from your attorney, from your broker, from friends, whoever you like. And what they'll do is they'll come and they'll review the house. They'll come in, they'll look at the plumbing, they'll look at the electrical, they'll look at the structure, the foundation, all kinds of things, so that you know exactly what is what with that house and what you're buying. I mean, of course, if they find something really major wrong on the house, then you might have to second think it. And also notify your attorney that you have a deal on something, and to expect to hear from your broker with the particulars about going into contract. So here's the step 7, the home inspection. I just went over that a little bit. Another thing that the home inspector should be able to do is if you're an FHA loan or a VA loan or something like that, you are required to have a termite inspection. Some banks, even with conventional loans, will ask for a termite inspection. So your home inspector should be able to give you the termite inspection and the document stating that there are no wood infesting insects, termites, or whatever in the home. If they do find evidence of termites damage or active termites, then we have to discuss it with the homeowner, because it does need to be treated, and we need documentation for the bank to show that the infestation has been treated. All right, so you're on your way to holding the keys to your home. Okay, so this is getting exciting. Once the home inspection is done and you're comfortable with this home, then your attorney will have a copy of the contract, which will be sent over to your attorney from the seller's attorney. Okay, the seller's attorney draws it up and sends the contract to your attorney, which reviews it, makes any changes that they might want to make on it, and they make an agreement as far as the changes, and makes an appointment with you, the buyer, to come in and sign the contract. Some attorneys will just go over it over the phone with you and email the contract to you so you can e-sign it. But you do have to give the attorney your down payment check, which is made out to the seller attorney escrow account. And that money, that attorney will take that check, deposited into their escrow account, which is a specific account for this purpose. It is non-interest bearing account, and it just sits there basically until the day of the closing, and then it is used for whatever proceeds we need for the closing. So that's an exciting part. So now you're in contract once the seller also signs. So you as the buyer, you sign the contracts first. Then your attorney will send the contracts over with your down payment check to the seller's attorney, and they will have their seller sign the contract if everyone is in agreement. So once that happens, that's called a fully executed contract, and everyone gets a copy of it that's involved, and you have to give a copy of that to your bank so they can start the process of your mortgage. This step here is very important, that while you were in contract, and I'm sure your lender will advise you, do not make any large purchases or do anything that can affect your credit score. So don't take out a new credit card or buy a car or buy furniture, because I know it's exciting and you want to buy furniture and maybe on credit. Don't do anything with your credit, okay? Just leave everything the way it is until after the closing, and then you can do whatever you want within reason. So you don't, you have to have your money to pay your mortgage, right? Okay, so the things to do just before the closing. So your mortgage is approved, and they give you what is called, well, first you get your commitment, and once you've processed everything that's involved in your commitment, they give you what's called a clearance to close. Once you have the clearance to close, you have already found your homeowner's insurance and submitted that to the bank, so that's done. You're going to do what's called, maybe the day before the closing or the morning of the closing, you're going to do what's called a final walkthrough of the house. And basically what it is this is the time where you're going to go walking through the house with your broker and make sure that everything is the way it should be as you saw it when you last were in the house, which was before you went to contract, when you did your inspection, right? So you have to look at the house and make sure that everything is as you recall. And if there was any repairs that were done, make sure those were, any repairs that were supposed to be done, make sure those were done. And you'll have to call the utility companies to have the utilities changed over to your name. You'll call them and you'll tell them, I am purchasing this house today, or I'm purchasing this house tomorrow, and I'm calling to change the utility into my name, which would be your electric, your gas, your water, basically those three. If you have gas heating, if you have oil heat, then you can shop around for an oil company who can give you a good price on oil delivery. And again, that could be on recommendation. Here we are, the closing day. And here I got a picture of a house keychain with keys, and your dreams can come true. So you'll be there at the closing table with your attorney. The seller will be there with their attorney. And you will have a representative from the title company, because they're going to transfer the title from them to you. And there will also be an attorney there from the bank that you are borrowing from. So it's a coordinated effort. They have to make sure it schedules according to everyone's schedule. And you'll be signing away a lot of papers. You're going to put your initials and your signature on a lot of papers. And if you have a balance of a down payment that you're supposed to put, then you'll be writing that check also. Or maybe your attorney might advise you to go to the bank and have a bank check made. So your broker will be there, and as well as the seller's broker will be there. We don't really have much to do at the closing. All our work has been done up to this point. So it's basically a happy day. All right. And then once everything is completed, the sellers will hand over the keys to your new home. So that's the 11 steps that I have. And I hope it helps. If you're interested in more information about it, more detailed information about it, I can certainly help you. You can give me a call on my cell. The number is 516-521-2256. All right. And you can look for homes on my website, or you can call me or text me and ask for the link, and I'll send it to you on searching for homes. And I just want to say thanks to John Caruso, who helps me make these videos with his expertise. I make the videos and he puts it all together so that I can upload it to YouTube. He developed the introduction with the music and all that, so it's really cool. You know, and then these slides, which I thought were pretty, and I put my information on them. I downloaded them for free from these websites. All right, so I hope you enjoy this. I hope I gave you some good information and found it interesting. Okay, we'll talk soon, and I'm going to start working on my next video. Talk to everyone soon. Thank you.